Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Distant Stars. In our Dynastic Divinity series, we just wiped out the Ether Drake, and now we have a science ship on the way to claim that system, or at least to investigate that system. Actually, before I send my task forces too far away from where they currently are, why not go ahead and use them to clear out these systems? We can use Task Force Marasma and Task Force Bozka to great effect in that regard. So let's get it done. And then you can do your upgrades. How about that? That also means that the science ship that I have on its way back,
the spirits have granted us new wisdom.
We'll be able to explore additional territory and gain more experience. Hyper shields are done. Good. More upgrades for me. We're starting to see endgame technologies for the most part now. Let's go for the phase disruptor. We're going to be activating the L gate this episode, most likely.
Construction complete.
I would really like to just be ready, though, before that happens. So the Chiban station, need to work on that. Okay, so we've arrived to take on the ancient mining drones here. They won't last long. Yep, already clear. Where is that science ship?
Complete.
They're here. Yeah, they're not far. Alright, so I want you to survey that system. And then Dorellis.
System survey complete.
Right, these guys should be
engaged.
Gone pretty quickly. And then Despad. Alright, so it looks like Task Force Marasma is on its way back. Good. Good night. Don't stand a chance.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
And then I want you to go back to automatically exploring. Advanced Strikecraft research is done. I could do advanced afterburners. Quantum missiles is probably the best way to go, or better battleship hull points. Let's do more battleship hull points. We are about to take on the L gates. I prefer to have ships that have as many hit points as possible. Okay, the Tikvam station. I can do a resource silo here. Let's do a deep space black site. Why not? Alright, a couple of anchorages here. And then another resource silo. Chiban Station is upgrading to a starhold, and we're going to do another upgrade momentarily. We just queued up. Looks like most of those projects are done. We just queued up a ton of projects for the upgrade of the mining stations across our territories. So with that being done... Hang on. Ether Drake Shrine. Nice. 15 Unity, and this is on the Veil. Yeah, let's put it on the Veil. That's a nice place to have it. I like that idea. And then we can do a mining network here. Oh, yeah, we definitely need to clear some blockers in some places. All right, you come up here and build a gene clinic. You come up here and build a temple. We might have more for you to do at some point. But for now, just do that stuff. Thanks. Okay, Shroud accessible. We had to turn them down last time we were talking to them, which made me very sad. Something is watching us. Reach into the Shroud. We have found a tiny space within the Shroud that has a concentration of psionic energy that is of a magnitude we've never seen before. Any psychic that managed to successfully tap into this pocket of raw energy would become immensely powerful, but there is only enough for a single individual, and there are risks involved. So this is the same as before. I mean, again, I'm not a fan of letting these guys be Badrigden Vagors. Let's have a quick look. Is that one of our scientists? Yeah, that's this scientist. Level 6 scientist. An archaeologist. Valdrigden Badir. Now this could potentially be a nice immortal character to have, just because it's a high-level researcher. I'm gonna exit. Like, if we have a new ruler, they could potentially be even more badass. Once the current Allmother's, yeah, the current Allmother's only 50, so it's gonna be a long time. The young father's 46. So I might have to be turning this down a while, because I mean, our current rulers, I would like a ruler to have it. And we are our government type is hereditary. We could change that, I know, to make it easier, but I prefer not to change the government type. Alright, let's go for neutronium extraction, because that'll be done quickly. Science ship should be, getting back. Their science ships are exploring this area, which I don't like. They're starting to expand in this direction.
System survey complete.
Not a fan of what you're doing right now, guys. This is my turf. I wanted the Termeku black hole, but then again, there's an Elgate there, so that might be your problem to deal with now. All right, let's get that upgrade going, because that's going to be an anchorage. And one thing I said that I wanted to do this episode is...
The non-believers are fighting amongst themselves.
Get the non-believers to fight amongst themselves. Hey, that worked out. No, just kidding. We could do production targets to improve Empire mineral production. Let's do that. We got so much influence as a result of that. We can do diplomatic grants to improve trust growth. Interesting. We could hallow a planet. Okay, so this is what I thought was specific to Gaia worlds. It's not the same as consecrating a world. Not the same. It gives us an additional 10% monthly unity, which at this point, we don't really need. We're just building up... Hang on. Yeah, we don't have the ability to do... I think we're currently researching Unity ambitions. Yeah, when this is done in 9 months, we'll be able to do more. Map the stars. Yep, let's get that one back. I didn't think that... Okay, unstable weather. In large part due to the uninterrupted terraforming process on Compira, the planet has a somewhat unstable climate. Violent storms that our climate models can't predict often materialize without warning.
Building ruined.
Okie dokie. Let's repair that then. That kind of sucks. But yeah, I was, again, I had those two edicts mixed up. The Empire-wide edict and the planet-specific Consecrate edict that we get from our Ascension perk. So that was part of my confusion when I was looking at that previously. Oh, hey, look at this. How about it? Dragon's Horde is an amazing world. So we can go ahead and take this construction ship, build a starbase there.
System survey
Science ship's going to come down and explore this territory, and then we'll keep expanding. I would like to go ahead and bring some of my other construction ships down. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get the Pathria station built, because we can do that with our current amount of influence.
The spirits have granted us new
Admiral
wisdom.
Baram Denadazga has died. Wasn't that the one that was the, Yeah, that was the admiral that killed the dragon. Okay, well that was really helpful to us. Thanks, Baram, for taking that moment to die. Okay. It'd be cool if we can get an immortal admiral. I wouldn't mind that if the Shroud event came back around and gave us an immortal admiral. But weapons range plus 20 for a cautious and a young character, for that matter. Yep, Raldirm den Rotharag. And that reminds me. Alright, good, we've got that. I don't know if I have any of my territory, but we'll... Yeah, I would know if I had some of my territory. We would have found some already. Yeah. Let's go ahead and activate the L-Gate. It's going to take 11 months. We're going to have to see what happens. So nervous about this, but okay. I said I was going to build additional ships. That's what I'm going to do. So, Let's create a new fleet. And first, I want to take a look at existing fleets and see where I can potentially add to these fleets. Yeah, like more destroyers and corvettes. That makes a lot of sense. And potentially an additional... Alright, so the Aetherion is my carrier, Kondarion is my heavy hitter, and Winithion is my torpedo. So I want to have more Kondarion and Winithion than carriers at the end of the day. Alright, so I didn't save any of those changes. Oh, yes, I did. They went through. Okay. So there's that. And then Task Force Bazka. Perfect. Alright, now we have to build another fleet just like that. Now I have... Wait a minute. Genarian and Licarian, but I've built a third Corvette class that's not in my first two fleets? What is this? And when did that happen? Genarian. Ah, I built a torpedo. Well, I'll put it in the third fleet. Fine. It'll be the only fleet with these Corvettes, but it'll be that much better off. So let's have, rather than 40... Let's see. There are 40 Corvettes in the other fleets. Obviously, that doesn't divide terribly evenly. But what I can do is this. There we go. Oh, wait. Way too high. Don't know why I did that. Okay, and then the destroyers. So it's still the same amount of ships. Okay. Okay, and that's it. Now the only thing is that building that is going to take a second. We did do production targets, so that's going to help us build up some minerals. And once this Star Fortress is done, I'm actually going to go ahead and queue up an anchorage. A couple of anchorages.
System survey
Screw it, let's go ahead and get 4. Because you never know, building that might... Yeah, that's going to be good too.
Complete. Construction complete.
You never know, building the next fleet might run us over our naval capacity, so I want to be careful of that. Sorry, I'm nervous about the L gates. How long do we have?
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Ascension perk available. Okay. So we can get additional damage. I think I do want to avoid this again because I want to keep it more challenging. Terraforming worlds into Gaia planets. That could be good because it would allow us to get additional unity. Technological ascendancy would also be useful. Damage to fallen empires and damage to awakened empires. Not too worried about that. Now, we have some troublesome factions, so one vision could actually be good. This is a 10% monthly unity boost that we would get regardless of doing... Yeah, I think I'd rather do this. Let's do one vision, and that way the troublesome factions will be less problematic as well. We might have to... We can maybe stop suppressing them. Let's take a quick look at that. The Friends of Liberty. Yeah, network. It's a very small faction. Let's stop suppressing them so we can get some more influence. Oh, wait. Battleship hull points. Oh, nice. Titans are ready now. That didn't come... that came at the perfect time. Let's go ahead and research that. That's 18 months away. We're still... I mean, we're already researching the L-Gate activation, so... Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Psionic armies might be a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. 8 months. We have this world to colonize still, and that's a 24-slot world. So if I wanted to expand in this direction and take some more planets... I don't know. I feel like I might want to add an additional core world from research and then make another sector here. The Theklock Nation can now use the ideology casus belli against us.
System survey complete.
Well, la-di-frickin-da. Alright, so the relative power of empires is increasing between us and the Bok-Sharon Covenant, so eventually, especially once we build some ships here... Yeah, especially once I just get my new ships for these fleets built.
System survey complete.
I may be able to demand vassalization from them. Alright, let's build that mining station. Absolutely. Let's get a starbase built here. Now, where in the world... I had a construction ship that was on the way to that system. There it is. It's going to take its sweet frickin' time, but it's on its way. It's a deal. Yep, we're going to get our Unity boost back. Yep, let's extend our deal there, too. Okay. Trade deal offer.
Construction
Oh, nice.
complete.
The Zin Empire is just straight up giving us some energy. We could form a non-aggression pact with them.
Incoming transmission.
Okay. Oh, they actually sent it to us at the exact same time. The Stratal starbase has finished its construction queue. Good. I'm not going to spend any minerals yet. Here we go. Our scientists are now confident that our knowledge of the L-gates and the technology behind them is sufficient to abort their maintenance cycle. If the attempt is successful, the L-gate in the Eurocannon's Maw system should allow immediate access to the distant L cluster. As the maintenance cycle ends, any additional L-gates in the galaxy will likely also become operational within a matter of years as their self-correcting software readjusts. Still, this likely will give us a significant head start to explore the cluster without interference. Prepare the project. Activate the L-gates.
Updated.
Holy crap. Alright, I do want to... This needs to be a citadel, because if this is going to be the first one, I know I said I was going to spend the credits only on the minerals, but with this being done, with this station not being fully upgraded, we need that now. But I have some additional choices I can make. Yep, let's go for the neutron launchers. Okay, Task Force Marasma. Let's have you go through. So you're going to upgrade in Stratal, and then come straight back. Task Force Bozka. You're going to stop. I want you to upgrade at the nearest station, and then come here as well. We have a project, and we need a science ship to do it. So where's our nearest science ship that could do it? We could have one travel straight back. Yeah, I like the idea of this one coming back, so tell you what, let's put you on that stance. We're going to have you subspace navigate to Eurocannon's Maw. Alright, they're on the way. Moment of truth. Hard to believe. And mind you, this is not even the endgame event, so whatever bonus we get from this might just be... And no, I don't have any idea what's on the other side. I haven't played it yet, for those of you wondering. Okay, we have lots of energy coming in from other sources, so I think I'd rather have some mining networks down here. Maybe a power plant here. Upgrade you. Yeah, holy crap. Yeah, these new worlds are going to be doing quite well for me. Alright, we do have to get that new fleet built. Alright, so its home base is going to be... Stratal. And I want to go ahead and get it started.
Aliens have formed an unholy compact.
La-di frickin' da.
Construction complete.
Yep. As we build more ships, it's more likely we'll be able to demand the vassalization of some of our neighboring empires. Let's check on the gyroid. Oh, they're not at peace. Can't do any of that right now. Alright, so the Star Fortress upgrade is almost done here. Psionic Army is done. Galactic Stock Exchange could come in handy. Fleet Command Limit plus 20 could also come in handy. Habitability plus 5 also could come in handy. Let's do the Galactic Stock Exchange just because energy credits plus 10% across the board is not something I'll regret in the slightest. How about a mining network for you? We just received an insult from the Gyroid Sovereign Territories. Who's surprised? The Gyroid don't like me. Basic Science Lab.
The non-believers are fighting amongst themselves. Construction complete.
Hadashi Progenitors. Oranathi, we have observed your lack of technological progress with concern. At your current pace, we fear that you will never reach your true potential before you wipe yourselves out or are conquered by a more advanced species. In order to help you along, we will transfer a data cache of Hadadeshi scientific knowledge. You will no doubt find its contents to be of invaluable worth to your empire. Technology gained. Gene banks. Nice! So now we can do clone armies and clone vats automatically as a result of that. Thanks for that, guys. That's fantastic. What? Hang on, yeah, we've got this guy here. And then Istrum Prime. Yep. Visitor Center. There we go.
Construction complete.
Resource silo at Genesis Station. Why not? Now, are those upgrades done? And if so, what are you doing? Task Force Bozka is still heading for upgrades. Man, how long is this taking? Here I'm saying we're going to go through the L-Gate, and we're approaching the end of this episode. Also, it looks like the Theklock Nation is straight up taking over the Oginolox destroyers. So they control Canadrius now. We have a good relationship with them, though, so it's okay.
Our ships have been improved.
Good. All right, build that starbase. You build that starbase. You build... Hang on. Good lord, how hard is it to select one construction ship? Thank you. And then you come build those mining stations, please. Okay. Science ship has arrived. I don't know where they are, but... Oh, they're on the outside of the system. Okay. We're investigating the L-Gates.
System survey complete.
Okay. Task Force Marasma is moving towards Eurocannon's Maw. Again, this is the only active L-Gate at the moment. All Mother Joram has leveled up. Now, actually, come to think of it, let's go to our... Yeah, see, we can do this now. We can do Scientific Revolution relatively cheaply. Let's get that research speed bonus. And we can do additional ones as well, but what I might do is wait, unless I want to do Omniferous Acquisition. Yep, let's do that. Because that's a lot more minerals, a lot sooner. Alright, so this is Task Force... Let's call this Uraka, because Eurocannon's Maw. And we're going to reinforce the fleet.
Survey complete.
Again, we want it to build up as rapidly as possible.
Construction complete.
Both for defense purposes and for
Construction complete.
potential vassalization purposes. Yep, that number keeps dropping. That's what I like to see.
Construction complete. The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Neutron launchers, good. Ironically, those would upgrade our existing ships. All right, energy weapon damage +5, energy credits +5. Let's do energy weapon damage.
Construction complete.
All right, here we are.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Have they now? All right, so we have access to the Titan. Now we can go for mega engineering now, or we can do neutronium materials. Neutronium armor is probably the best thing to go for right now. Building a Titan is also a good idea, but let's see. Let's reduce our war exhaustion gain just in case that becomes a factor unpredictably in the next couple of seconds. Like right now.
Special project.
Link established. Success. Our technicians managed to abort the maintenance cycle, and the lockdown has been removed from the L gate in the Uricannon's Maw system. For the first time in eons, the L cluster can now be accessed from our galaxy. A great day. So let's zoom out, and there is the L cluster. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to send... Well, evidently we might have to click on the L gate itself. We're going to send this science ship through first. God help them. All right, they are going to take a second to arrive. We've arrived here. Let's go ahead and survey the terminal. Looks like a system called the Terminal Egress System. I kind of want to recall all of my science ships and tell them to go through that gate and start exploring immediately. Tell you what, let's go ahead and put you back on evasive.
Construction complete.
I guess I have to... Why aren't you working? Left click? There we go. We're going to have them all come straight back. Meanwhile, you need to go back to evasive stance and then start looking around. So we can see some hyperlanes now. And once those ships arrive, we're going to start looking around whatever might exist in this system. And also, I've got my ships on standby ready to go in and stop anything that might pop up. I do want to go ahead and give the order for some of these upgrades to kick in. And then Task Force Uraka also needs some additional ships added to it. Let's see how we're comparing to the Bo-Katan Covenant. Because I would really like to have a vassal soon. We're getting there, slowly but surely, but it's going to take a while. We might need some additional ships. There might be some additional... we might need to obtain some additional power of some kind before we truly can ascend past them. But we're getting there. Let's queue these upgrades up, and I will stop this episode here. Hang on, what do we have here? Yep. No. Let's not do a mineral processing plant. Let's do a power plant. There we go. And we'll do a science lab there for you. And we'll do a mineral processing plant here for you. How about that? Or a mining network, rather. And a mining network here, too. Just kidding, I'm out of minerals. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.